Maggi, the most loved food in India, was suddenly banned. Stores cleared the shelves, parents threw it away, $1 billion empire destroyed overnight. For years, Maggi was not just a food, it was an emotion in India. Every child loved it, every parent trusted it. No kitchen was complete without that bright yellow packet, right? The same Maggi loved by many people going to ban in a few days. The same parents who trusted it, they were going to throw it away. The government declared it's toxic. The brand that ruled in India, it vanished overnight in 2015. $1 billion empire collapsed overnight. Years of trust destroyed. And it is seemed like the end of the Maggi forever. Or was this just a beginning of one of the greatest comeback in the Indian business history? This is the story of Maggi. For generations, roti and rice had been the essential for Indian plates. So when a Swiss company arrived in early 1980s with the idea of selling instant noodles to the India, it was Nestle. They had a brilliant strategy in their mind. Nestle had acquired the Maggi in 1947, a brand that originally created by a Swiss entrepreneur, Julius Maggi. It was already successful in Europe. But India was a different market. In 1983, Nestle entered to India market with one simple question. How do we convince the Indian people to eat instant noodles? In a country where cooking fresh food is the way of life, their answer was, they don't want to sell noodles. They want to sell convenience. Nestle realized that Indian women, especially working mother, were juggling jobs and household duty. Cooking 3 fresh meals was time consuming. This is where the Maggi positioned itself, not as a noodle brand, but as a time-saving solution. Do you remember their marketing strategy? Don't have time to cook. Maggi will ready in just 2 minutes.
रिश्ते मांगे बस 2 मिनट from Nestle.
With the 2-minute slog, Maggi connected with many busy parents, college students and young professionals. Soon, Maggi was not just a meal, it became a part of childhood memories, late night hostel craves and quick family snacks. But success was not about marketing. The product had to work on Indian taste. So Indians love their spices, right? Nestle know the plain noodles not going to work in India. So they crafted special masala mix, a blend of Indian spices that made Maggi taste unlike anything else. That masala flavor became so iconic that even competitors struggled to replace Maggi's success. At that time, most packaged foods were mostly imported, but Maggi felt like it's Indian because of its unique flavor of masala. It's not only convenient, it was delicious. For 30 years, Maggi only had little competition. It was controlling almost 80% of Indian instant noodles market. But as Indian economy opened up between 1990s and 2000s, competitors started arriving. Brands like Knorr or Top Roman or Sunfeast Yippee entered the Indian market, each trying to challenge Maggi's dominance. But even as competition grown, no competitor could replicate the emotional connection between Maggi and its customers. By the early 2000s, Maggi had become the India's favorite snack. A stream bowl of Maggi means a quick relief to the hunger, but no empire lasts forever.
मैगी में तय मात्रा से ज्यादा एमएसजी और लेड मिलने की वजह से राज्यों ने मैगी की बिक्री पर रोक लगानी शुरू कर दी है।
नमस्कार, मैगी को लेकर विवाद बढ़ता जा रहा है। आज दिल्ली सरकार ने 15 दिन के लिए मैगी पर बैन लगा दी।
2015, Maggi had faced its biggest crisis. In 2015, the Food Safety Standards Authority of India tested the sample of Maggi and found higher lid levels, and it was 7 times higher than the government limit. The Singapore government also ran an independent test, and temporarily Maggi was banned in India and Singapore. Within hours, the news spread across the world like a wildfire. Parents once confident in Maggi feeding to their child started throwing away. Shops removed from their shelves in overnight. Viral videos spread around the country that people dumping the Maggi packets in dustbin. It was the same brand trusted by many Indians over 3 decades, now thrown away by same people. But What is this lead? Lead is an heavy metal that extremely toxic when consumed heavily, especially for children. It can lead to brain damage, developmental issues, and also kidney failure. Naturally, the presence of lead in largely consumed products must be lower level, but in Maggi it was 6 times higher than normal. Lead does not came from noodles itself. It came from the masala mix. But however, Nestle argued their product was safe. The test results were inaccurate. But in June 2015, Indian government nationally banned the Maggi all around the India. That forced the Nestle to recall 38,000 tons of Maggi packets. And Maggi's market share plummeted from 80% to 0% in overnight. A Rs 640 crores lawsuit was slapped on Nestle for unfair trade practices. Despite nationwide ban, Nestle India insisting that Maggi was completely safe. In 2015, Bombay High Court overturned the Maggi's ban, ruling that the tests conducted on Maggi was not done under standard practices. This was huge win for Nestle, but lifting the ban was not enough. The real battle was not in the courtroom, it was in the heart of millions of Indian consumers. Nestle had to rebuild their trust. To prove Maggi was safe, Nestle took dramatic steps. It conducted 3,500 different tests across different labs, destroyed over 37,000 tons of recalled noodles, appointed Suresh Narayan as a chairman of Nestle India to handle the crisis and restore the brand image. Finally, after clearing all brand safety tests, Maggi was relaunched on November 2015. Despite the crisis, Indian consumers never fully abandoned the Maggi. The bond they have with the brand was deep-rooted, and even at the peak of the ban, social media was flooded with Maggi childhood memories, and loyal customers were waiting for Maggi return. The emotional connection became biggest strength for Nestle, and Nestle also strategically planned its comeback. They did not just relaunch the Maggi, they made it an event. In November 2015, Nestle conducted a flash sale. 60,000 Maggi packets were sold. To rebuild its lost dominance, Nestle launched an aggressive marketing strategy. They launched memorable ads focusing family values and trust, and that reminded Indians why Maggi was their first choice. On digital platforms, they engaged the audience with emotional storytelling and viral hashtags. Nestle also partnered with e-commerce platforms to ensure exclusive and well-published relaunch. The strategy was worked well by June 2016. Maggi market share was bounced back to 57% again, and at the end of the year it went to 60%, and that makes one of the greatest comeback in Indian business history. By 2018, Maggi was completely re-established in Indian market, and it reclaimed the 60 to 70% of Indian market share. Nestle India turnover surged to 9,000 crores by 2019, making it 13% growth from previous year. We need to understand Maggi recall was not just about product recall. It was about how a brand handles adversity. Here are the things we could learn from Nestle's comeback strategy. Crisis management can make or break a product. Nestle's transparent communication, aggressive legal defense helped the Maggi to protect itself. Instead of denying the issues, they worked on proving Maggi's safety. And we need to understand consumer trust is everything. The emotional bond Indians have with the Maggi was one of the biggest shield it have. Nestle leveraged this trust to ensure the customer's return. Maggi was not just survived, it thrived. Today Maggi is the leader of the Indian instant noodles market, and the true brand's real strategy does not lie just in its product, but it lies on the trust it built with its customers. Here is the big question. Did you continue eating Maggi after 2015 crisis? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and make sure you guys like and subscribe and hit on the bell icon. See you on the next video.